welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to see how to make these dolls. So first I made this doll and then I covered it with tissue paper using glue plus water, but this doll didn't come really good. Look at this shape and all. And then I came up with the idea of covering this doll only using newspaper, and this worked good. So today we are going to see how to make this type of doll. So for this you will need some paint, scissors, a stick, Fevicol, a pencil, some water, cardboard, foil paper, some wire, newspaper, a cutting plier, and you'll need some tape. You can use any type of tape, but I'm using this mini tiny decorative tapes. You'll need some tissue paper and some hot glue gun. You can use any type of glue because we are gonna make a newspaper doll. You can use any type of glue for newspapers, but the reason why I'm using this hot glue gun is it sticks very easily. So now let's get started. So first take a piece of paper and a stick. Roll it. After rolling it, pour some glue at the end and then stick it. Now remove the stick. Like this, make more paper tubes. Keep this aside. Take only 10 paper tubes. Grab them together. Take another paper tube and then glue it like this. I think this is enough, so I'm gonna pour some glue right here. Let's stick this. So now let's cut off the excess. We'll need some wire now. So here we have a wire. So now let's cut this. In this size, we should cut 9 more wires, so we will have 10 wires like this. Now we are gonna insert these wires to these paper tubes like this. And pour some glue at the end and then glue it like this. Do the same thing to all of the paper tubes. So we have put it all of the paper tubes to these, all of the wires to the paper tubes. Now let's curve this like this. So we have curved all of them. Now we'll need a cup like this, and we'll need a paper tube also. Let's trace a circle shape using these paper tubes by covering this like this. Pour some glue right here. Connect a paper tube and do the same thing, like pour some glue, stick it. So the last one. Okay, now we are gonna remove this carefully and slowly. So here we go. Now we should stick all these curved paper tubes to this circle ring like this. And we are gonna do the same thing to all of them. So this is the last one. Okay, after sticking it will look like this. Now let's shape the body. For that, take another paper tube and then glue it like this. Wrap the paper tube all the way around. I think this paper tube is not at all enough, so we are gonna take another paper tube also. Oops, it came off. Okay. So we should take another paper tube also. Let's pour some glue and then let's stick it. Now let's cut off the excess. Now we should leave 3 paper tubes and then we should cut all of the paper tubes. But remember, we should leave 3 paper tubes for the neck. It's very important to leave 3 paper tubes in the middle. Cut it neatly and evenly. So here we go. So this will be our neck part. Take another paper tube and then pour some glue right here. Now let's wrap this, but not too much. Only 2 rounds. 3 rounds? Okay, 3 rounds. Now let's glue it right here itself. Cut off the excess. So this will be our neck for the paper doll. So let's cut this also. Wait a minute. Okay, let's cut this off. This part. So our neck is ready. Now we should take another paper tube like this and let's curve it like this. And then we are gonna stick it like this. So pour some glue right on the end of the paper tube and then stick it and do the same thing to the other side. You should stick this curved thing at the back of the girl. So like this. Now we'll need some small piece of wire. Let's cut this. And now we should insert this wire to the body of the paper doll so that if we want we can bend it. So now we are gonna make the doll's head. For the head, take some foil paper and then crush it and shape the girl's head like this. And we'll need a stick. So let's poke the stick at the bottom of the head. And we are gonna cut off the excess stick. But we are gonna leave a little bit of gap in between. And then we are gonna cut off the excess. Here we go. Like this, make a smaller ball for the girl's bun. Like this. Now let's fastenate the stick to this little bun. Let's connect them. We're gonna connect the head and the bun. Here we go. If we put this head to the doll like this, it will look like this, but not now. Now we are gonna make the doll's hand. For the hand, take a paper tube and a big piece of wire. Insert that wire like this and cut off the excess. I think this hand is very big for that paper doll. So let's cut some part of the wire and the paper tube. Okay, bend it evenly. So this size is correct. Let's glue this. Okay. Now let's move on to the head. For the head, take a bowl and some tissue paper. And a paintbrush or a stick, something to mix with. Pour some glue onto that bowl. I think this is enough. So now let's pour some water. Let's mix this up. Here we go. Now tear some pieces of tissue paper and then stick it using the glue plus water mixture like this. So now after sticking it, let this one dry. So it has been dried. So we are gonna cover the girl's frock. For that, let's take some square big pieces of not tissue paper. Sorry for that, it's newspaper. And then we are gonna glue it like this. Do the same thing. So now for this part, we are gonna take a long piece of rectangular shape of newspaper and then we are gonna glue it like this. So it's all done. This is the last one. So now we are gonna move on to the second layer. For the second layer, we are gonna take some small pieces of square and then we are gonna stick it. And okay, look at this. These are the small pieces. Now let's pour some glue and then let's smudge it all the way to the corners and the middle and then let's stick it. So now let's move on to the hip part. Not the hip, the body. Okay, I think it's the hip. Do the same thing to the neck. For the neck, take some small pieces. So we have finished everything. Let's move on to the hip. For that, take some square pieces and then cut it in one side. Pour some glue, smudge it. And then now let's stick it. You are gonna stick the uncutted part upside and the cutted part downside like this. Do the same thing to all of them. So here we go, we have finished everything. Now we should put the head up on the doll. So now let's put the head, pour some glue, and then just poke the head right there. Okay. So for the flower, take 3 pieces of wire and some square pieces of tissue paper. Poke the wire onto the center of the tissue paper. Pour some glue and then fold it like this. And then again pour some glue, fold it. Pour some glue, fold it. Pour some glue, fold it. So you should pour some glue and then you should fold it. And at last you should twist the bottom like this. So we are gonna put 3 layers of tissue paper to one flower like this. For the second layer and the third layer, we are gonna do the same thing that we did for the first layer. Here we go. Like this, make 2 more flowers, so we'll have 3. You can make any number of flowers. That's your wish. Now cut off the edges. So here we have 3 flowers. Now we have to put some color onto them. So for that, take a bowl and pour some water. I think this much is enough. Take some paint. You can use any type of paint and color. Put it right there on the water and then mix it up. Now we are gonna dip the flower to the water like this. Wow, look at this. I like to watch this. Wow. Like this, make 1 more flower. So we have okay. I'm gonna make 2 flowers in pink color and 1 flower in white. So we have 2 flowers and 1 white. 2 flowers of pink and 1 white. So it has been dried. Now let's take them out and we are gonna stick it to the doll. Before sticking it to the doll, take some decorative tape and then roll it like this. Okay, now let's cut the excess tape. Now take the doll. Bend the hand like this and then glue it like this. Pour some glue near the hands. And stick the flower. So our doll is ready. But there's one thing to do. For this part, take some cardboard and then trace the outline of the frog and then cut it. So I have cut it. Now for this, take some newspaper, tear it and then crush it. Put all these newspapers inside the frog like this. And then pour some glue. Now let's glue the cardboard to the frog. Now let's cut off the edges. So now our doll is ready. If you want, you can paint it. So at last we did our doll. So guys, at last we finished our doll. Now if you want, you can paint it. Try this out and comment down below. I like to read your comments. Bye guys, see you in the next video.